Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a review of a new game that just launched on the Epic Game Store called Maneater. Now, Maneater is currently available on the Epic Game Store for $18, but it will eventually also be available on Steam, and I believe it is also launching on PlayStation and maybe Xbox. So Maneater is a game about you being a shark and basically taking revenge on the person who killed your mother. So you just basically go on an all-out rampage, and you start out as a little baby shark, and then you get a little bit bigger, all the more stuff that you eat and all the more experience that you gain, since you actually have experience and the game has a couple of role-playing game aspects in it, but we will get to that in just a little while. So just basically grow bigger and bigger. Eventually you reach adulthood, and after adulthood you reach elder. And each time that you kind of evolve and get bigger, you then get more powerful, you do more damage, you can take more damage, you get quicker, and you basically unlock more of the map. So you basically start out at the beginning in a kind of a swamp area, and then eventually you get into the deep ocean where the real big fish are. So you're not the only threat in the waters. Obviously you're a bull shark, and a bull shark is a pretty formidable thing, but there are also other predators in the water. So there are barracuda, there are alligators, there are other sharks like mako sharks and hammerhead sharks. There are also, at the very end of the game, there are also killer whales, or also known as orcas. So the orcas are basically the most powerful thing in the game. So apart from the predators that you can fight and eat, there are also a bunch of just normal fish like tuna and catfish and a whole bunch of other types of fish, and those fish you can just basically eat. They don't fight back or anything like that. And there are also humans that you can eat. The humans actually give quite a bit of materials. So the game also has materials. You get like red materials, yellow materials, and blue materials, and depending on what type of shark you want to be, since you can actually upgrade your shark, it will require some of those materials. Now, that's the first thing that I don't really like about the game, the fact that you can upgrade your shark, but there's really not a lot of choices to upgrading your shark. So especially at the very beginning, like probably it takes a couple of hours before you unlock your first upgrade, and then you unlock more upgrades as the game goes on. But the unlocking of the upgrades takes really long. Like honestly, I would have just liked it if they put more upgrades in the game and made it so that you don't have to struggle so much in order to get upgrades, because this is essentially a role-playing game. Obviously you get experience and you can upgrade your shark, and the fact that they only put 3 different sets of upgrades in the game really sucks a little bit, to be honest. You can become a bone shark, or you can become a shadow shark, or you can become an electric shark, and those are really the only 3 upgrade sets that you get in the game. I mean, that's really quite lacking in my opinion. And apart from the fact, like I say, there's only 3 different upgrades that you can get, you also acquire these upgrades very slowly. Like, they honestly could have made it so that you acquire these upgrades much quicker than what you actually do, since you really acquire these upgrades very slowly. So those are really my initial criticisms of the game. The fact that you don't get a lot of upgrades, and the fact that you acquire these upgrades very slowly. You honestly have to do quite a bit of grinding in the game just in order to get your next single upgrade. So if they really just gave you a little bit more choice, not only with regard to the upgrades, but also with regard to the sharks. I mean, you can only be a bull shark. That's the only type of shark you could be. imagine how awesome it would have been if you could like get different types of sharks that you can select at the start. Like you select your character, for instance, then you could select like a mako shark or a hammerhead shark or a bull shark or a great white shark, for instance, and then each shark would have their own specialities and their own attributes and stuff like that. You know, like maybe one shark could be a little bit more resistant to damage and another shark could swim faster and stuff like that, you know. But okay, they didn't do that. They really just give you one shark, and you can then upgrade your one shark to have 3 different aspects. As I said, electric, bone, or shadow. So unfortunately the game is quite lacking in that department. But honestly, that's all of the bad stuff that I have to say about the game. The good stuff about this game is that it looks nice. It's like not the best graphics on earth, obviously, but it looks nice. It really does for a game of this price, of an $18 game. It really looks quite nice. The water looks cool, the other fish in the water looks cool, your shark looks really quite menacing. I like the way that the shark looks. Obviously, as I said, it would have been cool if there were more sharks, but okay. So the graphics is really quite nice for a game of this type, and the loading times in the game is really quick. Like the longest loading time that I've had so far was like 15 seconds. So it takes anywhere from like 7 seconds to 15 seconds to go from one place to another place, or after a cutscene, you know, stuff like that. So the load times are really quite quick. So not only does the game look good, but the load times is also very low, and that's really important in a lot of games, since you don't want to spend the entire time just looking at a bloody load screen. And then another relatively good thing is that the game at least gives you anywhere from 10 to 16 hours of gameplay. If you play really slow and do a 100% completion, then you will probably be able to get 20 hours of gameplay out of the game. But otherwise you can expect anywhere from 10 hours to around 16 hours of gameplay. And that's not too bad considering the game costs $18. So for $18 you are going to get about 10 to 16 hours of enjoyment out of the game. Now obviously, because the game just released, I can't really speak towards if there will be any DLC or any expansions down the line sometime. Hopefully there will be, in order to maybe add, like I said, more sharks to the game, more maps to the game, more upgrades to the game. But currently, like I said, the game is a little bit bare bones. There's really not a lot of content, only 10 hours to 16 hours of actual content in the game, and you only get 3 different types of upgrades at the moment. So yeah, the game is a little bit bare bones right now, but for $18 I would certainly say that it is worth it, to be honest. And yeah, I completed the game and it certainly was fun in my opinion. So yeah guys, if you want to be a man-eating shark, the game is available on the Epic Games Store for $18 right now. And obviously, as always, with any purchases on the Epic Games Store, or if you play Fortnite and you buy any coins or anything like that, or V-Bucks, you can use my Epic Games creator code, which is Plank69. That would really be appreciated if you could support my channel by using that code when you purchase anything. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.
What you say? Nothing. Boy, I couldn't catch in a diaper. He telling me how to hunt a shark. Believe that?